Welcome to training video number 4, adding wine, beer, and general items. The second of our 4 sub-areas in the menu items section is the wine library. Notice the general layout is the same as our food item database, with a few differences. The obvious difference is the number of data fields. There are fields for producer name, specific wine name, appellation and subappellation, varietal, vintage, wine style, wine type, and bin number, all of which you can edit on the General Info tab when you select a specific wine item. The remaining tabs are the wine pairing score, price, and description. There's also a key difference in the way you will usually add your wine items in that Menuvative includes a global database of wines that you can quickly import from, and this database is constantly growing. So instead of hitting the Add New Item button and entering every single detail for every single wine, you simply hit the Import button at the top. Once the database loads, you can search for any wine in the search box. The search function is character specific, so misspellings will lead to poor or no search results at all. For this reason, it is recommended to focus your search on just a few unique letters or a single word that you know for certain is spelled correctly. For example, if you wanted to search for the wine Tenuta di Sesta Brunello di Montalcino, instead of typing that entire name perfectly, it would be wise to search for something simple like Sesta, because a single incorrect character could end up with no search results. Once you find the wine you're looking for, just check the box next to it and search for your next wine. You can search for as many wines as you want at once, and when you've checked all the wines you want to add to your wine list, just click the blue Import Wines button at the bottom. Importing your wines, beers, and spirits from our global databases will save you a lot of time and minimize the possibility of having incorrect item details. And if there are any wines, beers, or spirits that you need to add to the menus but are not in our database, just head to the login screen and click the email link to send us an email request that we add those missing items. We will add any requested wines, beers, or spirits, usually within 1 business day, and send you an email back once they're available. After a wine is imported from our global list, you can add your specific details like price, vintage, and bin number. In fact, you can change anything about the imported item if you want. So if you need to update the label image or want to adjust the description or pairing score to suit your opinion of the wine, feel free to do so. One important note on wine prices before we move on. Whatever you add as a tier in the price section will become a filter option in your automatically generated dynamic wine list. For this reason, it is important that you remain consistent with the exact spelling of your tiers throughout your wine database. If you list the same tier, such as glass or bottle, in different spellings or abbreviations for different wines, you'll end up with every version of those tiers in the glass bottle filter option on your wine list. This tends to happen when a new person starts editing your menus and suddenly begins entering things differently than the way the previous person was doing it. Now let's look at the beer library. Again, the general layout is the same, and of course the data fields are different from that of wine or food. So let's move through this one more quickly and I'll just point out the differences. The beer library has a beer style option, and you can add your own style or edit styles from the bottom of the drop-down. You can also add your own region so that you can get as specific as you like locally. When you import beers, they will not be categorized, but you can create your own categories and assign all of your beers to your chosen categories, which will create another layer of filtering on your beer list other than just the beer styles. However, you do not need to do this if you don't want to. There are also fields for IBUs and ABV, which may not include values when imported because those fields can change from time to time and are not always readily available. And the last field is the draft checkbox. This box creates the separation between the bottle and draft filter button in your beer list. If you have a beer that is available in both draft and bottle, we recommend you add it twice accordingly. And our last database is the General Items Library. It's the simplest of the 4 libraries and is a catch-all for any menu item that is not food, wine, or beer. Usually these are cocktails, spirits, sodas and seltzers, cigars, or perhaps clothing and swag that you might have for sale. You can still create a dynamic list from your General Items database, so it's worthwhile to give some thought into how you'll label the item type and item category. We recommend item types be things like non-alcoholic beverages, cocktails, spirits, etc. And then your categories could further break down those types, such as coffee and tea, bottled water, and soda within the non-alcoholic beverages type, or vodka, rum, tequila, whiskey, bourbon in the spirits type. Just know that any items in your wine, beer, or general items databases will appear in your automatically generated wine list, beer list, or general items list accordingly. So don't forget to make items inactive if they are out of stock temporarily, and go ahead and delete them if you know you won't be putting them back on the menu in the foreseeable future. Food items are different because your food menu pages are custom built as opposed to automatically generated. Doing so gives you the power to control the look and brand of your menu where it matters most. So it's okay to keep food items around in your food items library, even if you might not use them again for a while, because you will have the ability to individually add and remove your food items to your custom menu pages. Now that you know how to manage your menu items, it's time to move on to the next training video, creating interactive menus.